Hey, what's going on, boys and girls? This is Taylor, and I am playing on Mission, some Domination, with the AK-47 red dot sight. And I have to say that Mission is probably one of my least favorite maps thus far in the game. Something about it I just don't like. It's almost... It's a tease. Like, every time you think you're just going to get a sweet, awesome kill streak of just complete rampage and total just obliviation, if that's even a word, I don't know. But, Obliviate? Isn't that a Harry Potter spell? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that was subliminal. How did... God, Alright, there, yeah, I'll admit it. Pop culture gets to me a lot more than I think I do, I guess. Than I think it does, I guess. Anyway, so, digressing. Hardcore. Anyway, so, AK-47 thus far, really enjoying it. It really, to me, it combines the best of both worlds with the assault rifles and the submachine guns. I feel like it has the power of the submachine gun, like to kill in a couple bullets close range and be really easy to wield. But at the same time, if you want to burst fire it, you can really easily take out opponents from long range. And the fact that it's the AK and it's so powerful, it usually doesn't take more than 4 bullets to take them out. Or I guess in this game, the AK does fire pretty quickly, but then again, it always fires pretty quickly. So, yeah, I don't have any dank camos for it yet, so sorry, I guess I'm just a scrubby dub like that. But the red dot, as far as I'm concerned, is far superior than the holographic. I've tried the holographic on a few weapons. The only one where I kind of liked the holographic was the Scar. The Scar holographic wasn't too bad, but honestly, I just don't see the appeal of it. If it didn't take up so much of the screen, it would be a decent idea, because I think it does help your auto aim like it did in Modern Warfare 2, where it kind of pulls you onto the target a little bit better. But at the same time, it's just not worth it if you're going to be sacrificing probably 5% of your screen just for this ugly black contraption, but it's just not worth it. And then sometimes when you're shooting from long range, since the reticle on that is a little bit bigger, it kind of silhouettes, or not silhouettes, it completely blocks out your person you're trying to shoot, so you can't even tell where you're supposed to aim. I don't know, I just don't like holographic. I don't see the appeal of it. I feel like red dot is so much better. Just the simpler way is the way to go. But yeah, I'll just put my soapbox back in the closet right now, because, man, I didn't know I felt so strongly about that. I should tell myself about my opinions more. But, yeah, as far as Mission, I was going to tell you why I didn't like it. The reason I don't like it is because that dirt kind of ramp that goes up on the front, I always feel like I'm going to get a sweet kill streak on that thing. I always do, but it's so open, and you can get shot from pretty much any angle on the left side of that ramp that it's pretty much hopeless, and it's ridiculous to even try. But I always want to go for it anyway, just because every time I run up that ramp, I like start playing those like cool montage songs in my head, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to wreck shit when I get up here. It's not even going to be a contest. And then I get to the top, and I'm like, bam, dead. Like, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Mostly you lose some, you know, at least for me. But yeah, so I'm really enjoying this so far. Aside from Mission, I'd have to say my favorite map is Dome, and I'm from what I can gather, that seems to be a pretty popular opinion. Leave in a comment what's your favorite map so far. I'm sure it'll probably end up changing in the future, but the only one that I really dislike is Mission, and I don't even know the other one, but it is in a... it almost looks like Terminal. It looks kind of like Terminal, but it's not Terminal, because Terminal was wonderful, probably my favorite map in Call of Duty history, and this map is a horrible abomination, a disgusting perversion of the wonderfulness that was Terminal. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, most of the maps are pretty good so far, a lot better than the Black Ops maps. I don't know. I'm not in a Black Ops bashing mood. It's only a matter of time before the standard Call of Duty life cycle begins, where everyone will come out of the honeymoon stage of this game, and then immediately everybody will be like, oh, F Modern Warfare 3, that game's so gay because of insert complaint here, like maybe another Javelin glitch or something, and then for like the next 6 months, everybody will hate on Modern Warfare 3 and be like, this game sucks, asshole, I can't wait for Treyarch to come back. Treyarch loved us. Treyarch respected us. We enjoyed them. And like, it's always that vicious cycle where we're so fickle, the gaming community. We are so fickle. Perhaps it's because the vast majority of us are young whippersnappers. But what the hell am I talking about? Jesus Christ. So anyway, yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about for the gameplay, so I'm just going to talk about a story. And it happened last year in my political systems course at university, and it happened at the same time when I was doing these commentaries, and I just never thought to mention it. I have no idea why. I just never thought to mention it. And so basically, here's the background context of the story. It's a lecture hall, so there's probably 200 people in my class in a big lecture area. There's no TAs, just one professor, and he's teaching all of us just with PowerPoint and himself, and that's the whole story. It's just a political science class, not a big deal. And I am sitting where I always sit, close to the back, because that's where I like to sit, because I don't like to feel like the teacher's looking at me. Like I feel like when the teacher makes eye contact with me during class, I have to like nod and be like, oh yeah, oh valid point, professor. But like I much prefer to sit in the back and, you know, not participate. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, at least in that class I was sitting in the back because that's what I like to do. It's more comfortable back there. And I was sitting back there, and out of nowhere, suddenly the classroom phone, I guess that's what you would call it. There's a phone attached to the classroom for some reason, just in there. And it got a ring, a call, and the teacher answered it. Got really a worried look on his face right away. Just looked very anxiety-ridden just immediately. And then he said that there was a threat of a school shooting and that someone had already been hurt at my school. And we were right in the middle of campus. So we were right in the middle of where everyone was. And it was the phone call said that it was literally like a few hundred yards away from where we were in that building. And that they said that he was running around with apparently with a weapon, and that we should all stay in our classrooms and try and handle stuff. And he was like, he was very shaken by it, and he told all of us, and he was like, all right, you're all adults here, you can make your own decision about whether or not you want to stay or go. And it wasn't confirmed, and in the end, obviously it would have been a huge news story, but in the end it turned out that there wasn't. It was like maybe a bad joke or something like that. I don't really understand what the false alarm was, but it ended up not being an actual attack by someone shooting us, the students. But I mean, right as he said that, right as he said, you're adults, you can make your own decision, you can go out there if you want and go home, because obviously he was like, all right, class is canceled, you can leave if you want, or you can stay in this room until the police call back if you want. And immediately, this goofy, weird kid that always sat in the very back row in the back right corner, kind of heavy set, tall kid, like weird, just a very strange, loner-looking kid. Never talked to anyone. Even when we had to do group quizzes, he would always elect to do it by himself. He just would not talk to anyone. He's just a weird guy, just strange. And he immediately stood up without saying a word and just walked out, and just like a hard ass. And like you could tell that he was kind of enjoying that little moment of like, oh, he was the mysterious hard ass in the back of the room that never really said anything. Even though he was kind of weird, he was also, I don't know, like he was that kind of weird where you're looking at a guy and you're just like, God, that guy is so freaking weird. But he might be like really dangerous, so like I can't explain it. He may be like a really weird leader of a crime syndicate. I don't even know. But he was just this weird looking guy, and you could tell he just got a little bit of smug satisfaction while everybody else sat around waiting to get the police to call back to give us the information. And he just walked out just like his balls were made of brass. And immediately I just thought, I was like, all right, like that wasn't that ballsy, but it appeared pretty ballsy. But at the same time, like, what if that was an actual shooting? What if that was an actual shooting and he got up and he went out there and he just got capped right in the head, just bam, just end of his life. And he gave his whole life up just to look like a hard ass to a bunch of kids who don't even know his name. And I just thought about that, and I just wondered, like, wow, that's just so strange. Like, he, just for the sake of looking cool, he could have risked something like that. And obviously people take disproportionately ridiculous risks every day, but that one just struck me as odd. It was just weird that this kid would do that. But anyway, wow, that story actually went for quite a while, and the Reaper is probably my favorite kill streak right now. I'm really enjoying it. Wow, that was a good transition. Very smooth, Taylor. Well done. But yeah, so the Reaper is probably one of my favorite kill streaks right now. Unfortunately, everybody's starting to unlock their air support destruction beams, or whatever the hell they're called now, the Strela, and so it's not as effective as it used to be. Same with the strafe strike. That's not as good because people are just starting to shoot down the middle helicopter, which destroys all three of them. So that's not very good news for people like me who enjoy it. Anyway, that's all I got to say for now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you would be so kind as to rate, that would just be orgasmic. So thank you very much, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.